everyone, it's Matt from Akumamods back again with our review of the Two Trees Bluer version 2. So Two Trees sent this to us a couple months back. I've just been busy and haven't had a chance to actually get around to doing my review of it, but finally here we are. Unfortunately, it's kind of like a day late and a dollar short because this model, at least on Amazon, is no longer available. There's the newer model, which is a much bigger build volume. It's compared to like a CR10, whereas this is like a Ender 3, Voxel Lab Aquila, stuff like that. So this is a 235 by 235 by 250, roughly around that area. I think this one's actually 230, 230, and 280 supposedly, but I don't believe that being 280. So that's at least what the specifications are telling me from their website. So anyway, so yeah, we set this up on live stream. It was pretty simple, straightforward setup. Not a lot of build time really. So very simple to set up. Much simpler than a Ender 3 to even set up. Some key points on it is it has a dual geared extruder, kind of like a knockoff of a BMG. I mean, that's really what it is. It does have a filament runout sensor, so those two things alone make this a pretty good printer for its price range. Right now, as I'm looking at it on Aliexpress, it's going for around $210, so you can still purchase it if you are, and I'll leave the link for Aliexpress down below. I don't think I have an affiliate with Aliexpress, but I'll have to see. So if it is, just consider it as an affiliate link, even if it isn't. So just to throw that out there and let you know. But yeah, so printing wise, it printed perfectly fine. We didn't really have any issues with it. So the first prints, well, let me rephrase that. The first print I had an issue where the filaments actually snapped because we've had some pretty humid days here, and in my basement it gets very humid down here. So it actually ended up cutting the line, and it only printed the base of this model. So this is the test print that comes on this printer, and it's kind of like a lighthouse type thing, and it came out very well. It's not super detailed or anything like that. It's just kind of an okay print. It's nothing fancy. It's literally like a test print at best. It doesn't show any detail. So I was just like, that's kind of so-so. One of the other prints that I did was a print for myself because I'm a big Tic Tac guy. I love orange Tic Tacs. And I saw somebody made a Tic Tac gun. So hopefully YouTube doesn't, demonetize the video or anything like that. If they do, oh well. We'll just have to deal with it. But yeah, as I was searching Thingiverse for things to print, this came up on the front page, and so I ended up printing it. Printed in, I think it's 5 different parts. So you have the back, the front, the what is it, like the cocking mechanism, and then you also have the trigger and everything else that's in there. All you have to do is add a spring from a pen, and that's it. And it cocks back and it loads it. Unfortunately, I bought the bigger Tic Tac, so it doesn't really work too well with it. With that being said, also, there is a second version of that gun, which is a little bit improved, because there are some flaws with it where the Tic Tacs kind of flow out of there. But anyway, getting back to the actual printer, this actually is a very nice printer for its price range. It's again very comparable to like the Ender 3, the Voxel Lab Aquila, the G-Tech A10, and basically what this is an iteration of the ANET ET4. If you guys have seen the ANET ET4, it's literally identical, same color, same everything. There are some slight variations here to make it their own, but for the most part, its base is off of the ET4 platform. I can tell that right now. But yeah, they, like I said, they did upgrade the extruder on it, and they upgraded to add a filament runout sensor. So Those two things really help out a lot, especially with somebody that's new to printing, because you know you do get things like this where the filament snaps on you, and that happens all the time, whether it be of your own fault or because of weather conditions or just bad filaments in general. That happens, and I like to have them because when I'm printing, I'm not always home when I'm printing. I leave these things going while I'm at work, and I'll be there 8 to 10, sometimes 12 hours. So it all depends on how the weather's going to act that day. If we're going to come back with a giant mess of nothing, or we're going to come back with a giant mess of a print that actually printed. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward printer. It's very similar also to the Fucos Odin 5, which is built off of the same platform. So, I mean, you can probably do a little bit of tweaking and have this kind of a foldable printer as well, just kind of like that. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really have any issues with it. The fans work very well. It's very quiet. It's got 2208 drivers on it. So it does print very well for having those drivers on it. And that's really all I have to say about it. There's nothing really to, send home about it. It's a very good starter printer for those who are looking into getting into 3D printing and you're on a budget. Like I said, right now it's going on Aliexpress USA for $210, and I think add on some shipping. So you're probably right in that Ender 3v2 range. But the difference here is you have a dual geared extruder and you have a filament runout sensor automatically on there. So that's two things that just automatically one up the Ender 3v2 and the Voxelab Aquila and the ENET ET4. So those are really nice enhancements to make this printer a really solid printer. So anybody that prints with this, is really going to be happy with it. The other thing that is kind of not seen anymore, a lot of people move to the magnetic plates and glass beds and things like that, is the polycarbonate. I think that's right. Polycarbonate style bed, where it's like a sheet that you apply onto the metal frame and it basically prints on here. I absolutely love these style mats, as they used to call them, because the adhesion on these things are insane. Maybe sometimes a little bit too insane. But you always have your trusty scraper on hand in case you need to get in there and scrape something off, which we had to do with this one. But yeah, I mean, everything worked perfectly fine. Like I said, we just had that one hiccup because of filament snapping. But other than that, it's been a fantastic printer. I know there's not much that I'm really saying about this printer in general, but that it's a great base printer to go off of. Like I said, it's probably a little bit better buy than an Ender 3v2. So I'll pretty much leave you guys at that. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And that's it, guys. Until next time, happy printing.